Hello from ABA Midyear Meeting 2018 in Vancouver, Canada. I'm Jim Calloway.
And I'm Karen Hutchins.
And we're on the road with Legal Talk Network. And we're back. Thank you so much for joining us on the road. It's a pleasure to be here in Vancouver. Today, my guest is Karen Hutchins, who's the Executive Director of the Arkansas Bar Association, and here today because she is the President-elect of the National Association of Bar Executives. Karen, why don't you tell our listeners a little bit about what the National Association of Bar Executives is and what it does?
Well, the National Association of Bar Executives is a group of bar executives all around the country as well as Canada, and we support each other. It is a job that for associations throughout the U.S. and Canada that allows us to offer the legal profession support. We're out there helping attorneys have a voice in their profession, and working together makes this a lot stronger, and we love to get together and explain stories and help each other, and it's a wonderful group to be with if you're in the bar association world. In addition to just being executives, we support all the professionals of the working for bar associations, and it's very helpful when we come together and are united.
Well, as you know, I'm a longtime member of the National Association of Bar Executives, or as we affectionately call it, NABE. And why don't you tell us a little bit about what your plans are for the future of this organization?
I think we have a lot of challenges ahead supporting the legal profession and making sure lawyers have what they need in this changing time of the legal profession. So we are always looking to the future. We're always trying to prepare the bar associations to be equipped to make our members aware of what is changing in the legal profession. With technology, we try to help have benefits that make their practices safe for them, as our e-security with their emails, different areas. We try to provide discounts for their law firms for different benefits that would help make their practice easier for them. So we're always on the lookout to help our members. As a group, NABE, totally, with all of our associations, we're looking to continue to educate our members and of NABE a little bit better this next year in new ways, providing more information and make it more easily accessible to them.
Karen, as you know, our listeners are from all different states and even some other countries, and they all assume that their bar association is the same as everybody else's. Why don't you talk a little bit about what different types of bar associations are in our organization?
That's a very good point, Jim. Bar associations can be very different. I am an executive director of what we refer to as a voluntary state bar association, and by voluntary means that it is a nonprofit. We're a 501c6 that allows members the option to join. In our state, the Supreme Court collects the fees for actually practicing in that state, but we provide the education, legislative advocacy program, and other benefits that are not otherwise available to attorneys in our state. Then in other states, I believe such as yours, the bar is what we refer to as unified or mandatory. And that is combined with the government, the Supreme Court typically, to provide services jointly and not with a separate voluntary or nonprofit.
Well, great. And of course, there's even national bar associations reflecting special interests, such as the immigration lawyers and other types of associations.
Yes, there are a lot of specialty bar associations that support very specific areas of the practice of law, and NABE represents all of those. We have state, we have local, we have specialty bars, and we try to work together to assist the attorneys in our association in whatever way we can.
Well, that is great. Is there any final thought you have before we close up today?
Well, it has been wonderful to be here in Vancouver. It is beautiful, and we look forward to continuing to share ideas with our professionals across the border here, and we have had a wonderful time. I look forward to the future of NABE and supporting the attorneys all across the nation and Canada, and we are very happy that we're getting that opportunity to do so.
Before we close it out today, I have one last question for you. If our listeners would like to follow up, how can they reach you?
If you can email me directly at khutchins@arkbar, arkbar.com.
Well, we've reached the end of the road for today's episode. I want to thank Karen Hutchins for being our guest today. We also want to thank our listeners for tuning in. If you like what you heard today, please rate us an Apple Podcast. We'll see you next time for another episode of On the Road with the Legal Talk Network.
If you'd like more information about what you've heard today, please visit LegalTalkNetwork.com. Subscribe via iTunes and RSS. Find us on Twitter and Facebook, or download our free Legal Talk Network app in Google Play and iTunes. The views expressed by the participants of this program are their own and do not represent the views of, nor are they endorsed by, Legal Talk Network, its officers, directors, employees, agents, representatives, shareholders, and subsidiaries. None of the content should be considered legal advice. As always, consult a lawyer.